Hey, I'm Joshua and this is Health for All. Today we're going to be talking about key elements of a healthy diet. Number one, that it would be whole foods based with little to no processing. Now, this does mean that buying packaged goods, canned goods, jerkies, things like this should not be a foundational element of your diet. Those are things that should be used sparingly, if at all. Number two, enzymes. Regardless of what diet you follow, enzymes need to be present in that diet. And you're going to find a natural source of enzymes from raw fruits and raw vegetables, and raw fruit juices and raw vegetable juices. If you consume cooked fruit or vegetables, they will not contain enzymes. And if you buy bottled juices, 99% of the time, they're not going to be raw. And even when they are marketed as being cold pressed or raw, etc., a lot of the time, those products turn out to not be truly raw and therefore do not contain the enzymes that are most beneficial to you and that you are after. So including raw fruits and vegetables, and raw fruits and vegetable juices are a key component that you also want to make sure is found within your diet. Number three, fat-soluble vitamins. Now this can be a hot topic because of its agitation to vegans or vegetarians due to the fact that it is a belief held by many individuals, myself included, as well as by Dr. Weston A. Price, whom I highly esteem, that fat-soluble vitamins are best found in animal sources. So your best sources for fat-soluble vitamins are going to be grass-fed butter, they're going to be cod liver oil, and they are going to be liver. These three sources are extremely concentrated with these fat-soluble vitamins. Very assimilable by your body. Your body can easily assimilate these nutrients as well. And I would go even further and say that if you are curious about this statement that I'm making, or maybe you are vegan, vegetarian, or thinking about being vegan or vegetarian, and you're either on the fence or thinking I'm just speaking total nonsense, what I would recommend, and it's one of my favorite books by far, is Nutrition and Physical Degeneration by Weston A. Price. One of my favorite books. Down below, there'll be a link where you can find that book. Highly recommend it. Check it out. At the end of the day, it's up to you to decide what's best for you, to listen to your body and see how your body feels when consuming different food items or following different diets. But it's been my experience that following a diet that does include animal products seems to suit me best. And the advice in this book, as well as the amount of case studies of various tribes around the world before a lot of the modernization and commercialization of foods that we see today. This man went out and studied these tribes and their indigenous cultures, and it is super fascinating. I highly recommend checking it out. Number four, fermented foods, aka probiotics, good bacteria. You're going to want to make sure that the diet that you follow contains some fermented foods, whether they be yogurt, real pickles, okay, in a real brine, not vinegar, but a real brine, real sauerkraut in a real brine. There's a variety of fermented foods that you could enjoy. I personally prefer real, authentic dill pickles made by a company called Bubby's. Bubby's, it's fun to say. Their pickles are fermented and contain probiotics in them. You could also drink kombucha, which is a fermented drink, and that's going to contain good bacteria, probiotics in them as well. My family's been drinking kombucha for a long time. It also is a great substitute for soda if you struggle with a addiction to or cravings for soda. Number 5, variety. Okay, regardless of what you currently enjoy eating, you need to be willing to incorporate or try and experiment with consuming other foods. Obviously, they need to be healthy foods and they follow the other elements listed here in this video, but you got to be willing to try new things. If you don't, you may find that your diet is very isolated as far as the nutrients you're consuming. And so instead of having a balanced diet, you may end up swinging one way or the other. And I'm not going to get into all the Chinese medicine side of things and what have you, but you need to have a balanced diet, not just because it sounds good, but because the nutrient profile of certain categories of foods are going to be different, and you're going to want to incorporate all of them so that your body has the necessary resources in order to keep you in tip-top shape.